Whoa! This is our second playthrough today. This is a third live stream if you count the subscriber giveaway that we did at 12:30. We just did a live playthrough for Evil Pookie on Kickstarter for Red Dragon Inn. So go check that out. And right now, also on Kickstarter from James Gray over at Raconculus, we have Crazier 8's Olympus. If you're not familiar with the Crazier 8 games, just like the title says, Crazier 8. It's based on the Crazy 8 style of game. Here in the two-gun Pixie, we have already played and showed off Camelot, along with the Avalon mini expansion, and we have played through the 1001 Nights, and buried underneath over there is the Shahrazad mini expansion. There is going to be a mini expansion for Olympus. I'm not sure if James has finalized on the name or not. I would have to go take a look, but there will be a mini size expansion to go along with the regular box size. Now, this is, as it says, only a prototype. This is a prototype of the game we're going to be playing through. Now, me and Ryan have played. The Ryman's here, by the way.
Hello.
Only a minute and a half in, I should introduce you. So me and Ryan, I think it was
Camelot.
Oh, I think it was Camelot.
I think it was Camelot.
We did a 2-player of this. It's the only time we've done a 2-player. I haven't done one before, and as far as I know, you haven't done one since.
No. And it was also not with Avalon, as far as I recall. I think it was just the base game of Avalon, of Camelot.
Camelot, yeah, with just the Camelot game. So now we're going to be doing, and we had fun with the 2-player one. We really did. So now we're going to be doing zoom in a little bit, at least for the moment. Okay. We're going to be doing a 2-player version of Crazier 8's Olympus. Now, I am a manic fan of Greek mythology. I really cut my teeth on it in grade school and just fell in love with the subject. So this particular Crazier 8's, which he announced, I think almost 2 years ago, maybe, a year and a half ago, I've been waiting with bated anticipation.
Here we are.
So, we'll be going over, I guess what I could call rule changes from normal Crazy 8s as we're playing the game. This is not a tutorial, but you should learn to play the game just simply by watching us.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Now, all the games come with a cool, dandy little cheat card. I wish there was 2 double-sided, but that's fine. That's fine. The one is enough. And we have the
detailed rules.
We have some of the detailed rules. The rules may alter or change by the end of the Kickstarter. So now the base idea is we are starting with, what is it, 7
cards.
7 cards in our hand. And in order to win the game, we need to have no cards in our hand. Now, from the top of the deck, we start the discard. So the discard is
Zeus's Vengeance.
So the first player will be able to play any red card or Jack or J card from their hand on top of that. Or we can play a wild card. 8s are wild. And there is 1 wild card in this deck, Pandora's Box. And it's symbolized in the top corner. It shows all the 4 different colors. Now, if you do play a wild card, you have to state the color.
Right.
That the next card has to be. So, last game, Ryman started off first. And I think I will start off first with this one, especially since I won the last game.
You did win the last one.
So, we have a red and we have a J. So, I could only put a red or a J or a wild on top of that to discard. But discarding isn't the only thing you can do in this game.
Right.
If I remember, it has been a while since we played, you can take a card from your hand and put it out in front of you.
Yeah, they're assets and events. Assets stay out in front of you and will have continual effects through the gameplay. Event, I'm assuming, is just a one-time.
And that goes right on top of the discard pile.
Correct. Like, we actually even drew an event, but the effects in which it would trigger are not met.
No, since this is just the beginning of the game to draw from the top, so we know what we're doing, nothing of this matters, just this. So that doesn't give me a lot of choices in my freaking hand. I'm going to play an asset. Now, you can play either or, but you can't play both on your turn, is it?
I believe so.
That's what
Draw
I'm...
phase, main phase. You may play a card from your hand as an asset or event,
So
and you may
draw a
discard.
card.
So play a card and discard a card. You can do
Yes.
one of each. And maybe there's another asset card that lets you take extra turns or something. So.
Okay, I'm going to play an asset then for my turn. Oh, Mrs. Big J is watching. Hey there, Mrs. Big J. I'm going to be playing an asset. Let's move this up now so we can see a little bit more of the board. The viewers can see what's going on.
Okay.
I am playing Achilles. I'm going to be playing Achilles from my hand as an asset. So whenever assets would be destroyed, you may prevent any one red, any one purple, or any one green from being destroyed. So this is now my playing area, right over here. And Ryan's going to be starting a playing area too. So let me bring this up a little bit more. There we go. Now there was no beginning phase. This is the very first part of the game, so we didn't have to check if there was any assets doing anything.
Nope.
So I went to the draw phase, which I did. And then the main phase, you may play up to one card. And
Discard.
I missed that one.
Yes.
And discard a card from your hand. So you always want to discard cards unless you have some master plan that nobody knows about. Because you do want to get to 0. And you have to choose carefully what to discard, and it's got to match. So that's going to leave...
discard before playing a card, so you can discard first.
In any order. All right, I'm going to discard Song of Apollo, 6 red. Now, if I had used that as an event, which I did not, then a player of your choice, in this case, gets to draw a card and play the top card of the draw pile. So that is my end phase. There's no assets or anything for an end phase.
Mm-hmm.
So then that leads us right back to you, Ryan.
Beginning phase, draw a card, So yes, there we go. Let's see what we have going on here.
I could look at the art on any card in the Crazier 8 series. I could just look at the art on these cards forever.
That's exactly what I was. In fact, like you were talking, I'm like, wait, I have to pay attention. The artwork, wait, I got to pay attention. Let's see. Oh, interesting. I'm going to play this asset. Mount Olympus.
Ooh.
You may discard an additional card during your turn. If an opponent would cause you to draw one or more cards, they cause you to draw 2 fewer cards.
Whoa.
So I don't have to draw. Don't have to draw as many, and then I can.
I'm sorry, not finished reading.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. And then I can also discard an extra one.
Again, beautiful art. That is. This will make Bob Ross cry. So that's in your playing area. So a wild card, a 6, or a red you could throw down.
So I will throw down. We'll discard this Divine Treasure. It's a 6. And then with Mount Olympus, you may discard an additional card during your turn. I will then also follow that up with discarding a blue. Yeah. Thunderbolt.
Oh, I was looking at... Wow. So you discarded 2.
Yes, because with Olympus, I would have discarded a second card.
Nice. All right, so one thing, checking the rules, because if I remember correctly from like the regular base Crazy 8 Uno kind of style game, if you can't discard, you have to draw until you can. Is that correct in this series too? I can't remember.
Let's see.
But in the meantime, while Ryan is looking that up to make sure, I get to draw a card. Let you all see what it is without Ryan seeing. Ryan has changed things up with 7 and blue. It's lucky. Damn it. Gonna use that. So I can play and discard and play. There's 1.
It does not say if you keep drawing. I don't think you do, because I think it's a situation where you just can't play a card.
That's why I asked, because I couldn't. The reason I couldn't remember is because in my memory it sounded like you didn't, but that sounded wrong because like in the base games.
I think
that
when
it's
you
built
play like a
upon.
regular Crazy Eights game,
Yeah,
you
that's
would.
what I'm thinking.
Also,
of.
you know, same thing. You could it could be a house. You could also kind of house rule it too, if you so chose, since it doesn't specify it, or if you can't play a card. Because it does specify you may discard a card. It doesn't say you have to discard a card.
Just trying to, it's been a while, so just trying to separate my head from the
actual,
original rules.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of. Oh shoot, man! You want to get rid of these cards, and then you read the effects on them.
Yeah, that's what like the Thunderbolt's like. Oh wait, that's actually kind of good, but I want to get rid of the cards.
Okay, I am gonna play another asset. I am gonna play Circe. When Circe comes into play on the table, you may discard an additional card this turn. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opponent who controls 3 or more assets. If you do, you gain control of any one of those assets they control. So now I haven't discarded yet, plus I get to discard just simply because she just came into play.
Yep.
So, I'm going to, for her, oh no, I have to, gotta be careful. I am going to get rid of the abduction for her. Now I can get rid of a 10 or a blue or a wild. I'm going to get rid of the Oracle of Delphi. And that can, and nothing at the end of the phase for me, because this is at the beginning.
Right.
So I'm good. Back to you, Ryan.
Right, so draw phase. I will also play an asset.
Dun,
Double
dun,
check.
dun.
Okay, yep. I shall play Pan. You may only play Pan from your hand if an opponent controls 2 or more assets.
You're playing an ace.
Yes, I am. Pan can't be destroyed. Whenever you discard an asset card, a player of your choice, in this case, a player of your choice draws a card. So whenever an asset card gets discarded, that would happen. And with Mount Olympus, I may discard an additional card during my turn. I have to discard purple or 10s. Let's see. Those effects are interesting, but I think we'll just go with this. So purple, discard that.
Arcane Insight.
And with Olympus, you may discard an additional card during your turn, which I will. I will discard Destiny. Both of those were events. They are not assets, so Pan's effect does not come into play. And my turn is done.
Okay, I get to draw a card. Show the audience, since I'm the camera point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Discard a purple or a 7. If I have assets or events, I can play one of those. I'm going to bring an asset into play. I'm going to bring Enchanting Mermaid. At the beginning of your turn, which this is no longer, reveal the top card of your drawer pile. You may gain control of any one asset that shares a color with the revealed card. It stays on top.
Did Circe also have a beginning of turn?
Beginning of turn, if I had so chosen. You may choose an opponent who controls 3 or more assets.
3 assets. Okay.
And then that's my turn.
No discards?
Oh, no, I have, there's nothing I can do there.
Okay. So I will draw. I have no beginning of turn effects.
Looks like we both have the same amount of cards. 4?
Currently, yes. And also, I forgot about this. Event cards go to the bottom of the discard pile when they're played.
Forgot that myself.
I just remember. I just wanted to check to see what is happening.
So that means it would always be an asset on top.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, I think when events are used as an event, like not when they're just discarded.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So they're all events except for that one asset. I'm the only fool that threw away an asset. Was I a fool? Who was the bigger fool? The fool or the fool that follows him?
I knew you were going to say that. I will use this as an event. Athena's Wisdom. A player of your choice draws 2 cards. Play the top card of the draw pile. So you draw. This is also an event, so this goes to the bottom of the draw of this once we're done. So you draw 2 cards to start. And then the second effect is play the top card of the draw pile. So I'll slide this under and reveal this to play it. Medea.
Medea. Yeah, as far as I know.
It's an asset. Beginning of your turn, name a card type and reveal the top card of the draw pile. If you named the revealed card's type, you may play it. So I assume this comes out in front of me now since I'm playing it.
Yeah.
And then I would discard my cards. You know what? I think I'm actually not going to discard. I can, but I'm choosing not to. The end of my turn. End phase. I have no end phase effects. What do you?
All right, time to draw one to my hand. Let's see. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opponent that controls 3 more assets. If you do, you gain control of one of those assets. Enchanting Mermaid. At the beginning of your turn, reveal the top card of the draw pile. You may gain control of any one asset that shares that. At the beginning of your turn, draw. So I have to draw, but I may.
Yes. And you can do, since you have 2 beginning of turn effects, you decide which one you do.
I'm not doing this.
First.
Seriously, is not coming into play right now. But the Enchanting Mermaid is reinforcements, red. I'm fine. Don't need to use that effect. Since it says you may.
Yep. You may gain control of any one asset that shares a color with the revealed card.
Okay, I will... I'm going to get rid of the King Olympus. And I'm going to bring into play, because you have 3 or more assets in play. And it sounded like you were not going to go for that 3 because of this effect.
I wasn't planning on it, but then I was forced into it.
I was so happy when you were forced into it, because since the beginning, I have been holding on to Zeus. My red ace. You may only play Zeus from your hand if an opponent controls 3 or more assets. Much like Pan, because they're ace cards, they're gods, Zeus cannot be destroyed. At the end of each player's turn, put any one asset controlled by a player on the bottom of the drawer pile.
Oh, wow.
So I drew, I got rid of, and I played. And there is no end of turn effect for me. At the end, yes. At the end of turn. So let's get rid of Mount Olympus. Put that at the bottom.
Beginning of the draw pile or discard pile?
The bottom of the drawer pile.
The draw pile.
Now there are cards, like Thunderbolt. I showed that off actually in another video that specifically says destroy a card.
Yes. And I believe that just...
And Pan and Zeus and the other 2 gods say that they can't be destroyed. That doesn't mean the cards can't be manipulated.
Right. So beginning of my phase. Beginning of your turn, name a card type and reveal the top card of the draw pile. If you named the revealed card's type, you may play it. Which is the type again? Oh, asset or event. Okay. I will say that this is going to be an event card.
There's been a lot of assets.
It is an event card. Divine Gold. Draw a card, then put any one card from your hand on the bottom of the discard pile. You may discard an additional card this turn. So draw a card, then put any one card from your hand on the bottom of the discard pile. I will put this one on the bottom of the discard pile using... You play the top card of the draw pile.
And the event you just played also likewise goes in the bottom.
Yes. And so I did that, played the bottom, and then you may discard an additional card this turn. So the card that I just drew was not part of the draw phase. So now this will be. Should I do the draw phase first? Which one is first? The beginning phase is first, then the draw phase. Okay, so that was the beginning turn. Now it's the draw phase.
Yes.
It's out there. Okay. We'll play this event. Escape from Hades. Reveal the top card of the draw pile. You may choose an asset card from the discard pile. There's only one or two assets in there. Reveal the top card from the draw pile. You may choose an asset card from the discard pile that shares a color with the revealed card. If you do, put it into play on the table. The revealed card stays on top. Now, does that mean it stays on top of the deck or stays on top of the discard pile?
I believe on.
Is there anything about
on top of the
revealing?
On top of the discard pile.
If you reveal cards from the draw pile, then you turn them face up. Looking at and revealing cards doesn't change where they are. For example, if you look at the top of the draw pile, then put it back on the top of the draw pile afterwards. Interesting.
If you do put it on the table, the revealed card stays on top. So if you don't, then it stays on top. If you don't put it on the table.
Right. So I reveal this.
Because sometimes they say put on the bottom.
Right. So I reveal that. It is green.
Orpheus.
So if there's a green asset in the discard pile, I can take control of it.
Yes, you can.
I don't think there is one, though.
Thanks to the quick escape from Hades.
I believe the two assets that are in here are both.
No, and that was Orpheus too, actually. Orpheus was leading her out, and
and
Hades said, "Yeah, she can go with you, but she can never look back." And just as they were about to leave the cave back to the world of the living, at the last moment, she looked back. What was her name? I can't remember. Her name's probably another card.
Possibly. The only two assets that are in the discarded pile are purple. So this green does nothing for me. So this goes at the bottom as an event card. Let me just double check. If you do put it into play on the table, the card stays on top. So now this flips back over. Or it goes here. What
That stays on top of this.
This stays here, so it flips back that way.
So now we know what that is.
Now we know what that's going to be. That was my event.
This will be my card.
Yes. And I will not be discarding.
All right, the beginning of your turn. I got two beginning of turns, and I got one end of turn. You do not have three or more assets, so Circe cannot do anything. Now, the mermaid, who's very enchanting, I hear, will let me reveal the top card of the draw pile. You may gain control of any one asset that shares the color. I forgot what that color was. It was green. So I can take control of Pan.
Yep.
He's not destroyed. And I used it. You may gain control of one of the assets that shows. Oh, it stays on top.
Yeah, it just stays there. So and you'll be drawing that.
And then I draw that.
Did Zeus have any beginning? He didn't, right? It was just the end.
Just the end.
Okay.
And actually, that's what I'm gonna discard. That'll be my discard.
And Pan's, when you discard a card, I believe I have to draw a card.
Whenever you discard an asset, a player of your choice. Yeah. We were barely discarding assets.
It was mostly events.
So now, do I want to play anything? Right?
Yeah, you have event.
Because that mixed me up because that had me play that and that made me
right. And then you drew. So now you're at the main phase, which is you can play assets or events. And then after you already did your discard, so now you're just doing the asset or event.
Yeah, so that's why this goes in the bottom,
right?
Because it doesn't change what's coming up. So I'm going to be playing an event, Divine Punishment. Choose an asset in play on the table, put it at the bottom of the drawer pile.
I wonder where that's going to go.
Your last asset. Woo! My hand's a little big. Well, back to 4 cards again.
Same. Back to 4. I'm going to go up to 5 in a second. Got to draw.
Oh, end of turn. No, you don't
I have
more
no more
assets. I am definitely managing your assets this turn.
Yes. Yes. So the end phase to the beginning. I have no beginning phase effects, so draw phase.
The rules do go easy enough.
Yeah. This is very, very
We've only had to double check a couple of things. I mean, then again, although it's been a while, we have played this series of games enough. I like to hold my hand like this. So you look at it like that. That's the way I like to hold my hand.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and all the different events and assets, they really give you a myriad of strategies in this game.
I will play this asset, the Trojan Horse.
Ooh.
When Trojan Horse comes into play on the table, a player of your choice gains control of it.
Uh-oh.
And then the other effect is simply at the beginning of your turn, draw a card. So when Trojan Horse comes into play, a player of your choice gains control of it.
Okay.
There you go. You have to draw a card at the beginning of your turn, so it's an additional draw. That's why at first I was like, why would I give control of an asset? That's why. So that was my play. Play a card. Here's my discard a card. I will discard. I'll discard this or this one. I'll discard Ambrosia. It's a green.
Green 10. Green 10. All right, so I get to draw a card to start off.
You have many beginning phase.
Then to discard. I'm going to discard what I just got, actually. So keeping it in the green. And then I'm going to play an asset. Garden of Hesperius. I'm probably saying that wrong. You may discard 2 additional cards during your turn as long as you control 2 or more assets.
I have 6.
And I have not discarded yet.
You discarded that.
Oh, I did. That's right. Damn it. Okay, so that's you then. Well, my turn's not over, so how would I read that? What do you think?
Well, I think you would, before you would discard your card, what you could do, and we can do it for the sake of now, you would play that first. So then you would discard this.
So my next turn I'll be able to.
Okay, yeah. So you would discard. So you would discard 1 card as normal, and then you discard 2 additional. So you'd be discarding up to 3.
Now, end of turn.
As long as you control 2 or more assets. Yeah. So as long as you have control of 2 assets.
You have no assets, so Zeus
is
pointless to me right now. Neither of us have gotten Heracles yet.
No.
All right, so back to you then, bro.
Draw phase.
Only just starting to close in on the half-hour mark. Not bad. These games are listed for 10 to 30 minutes.
Oh, here's interesting. I'll give this a shot. Arcane Research. It's an event. Draw 3 cards, then shuffle any 3 cards from your hand into the draw pile.
Interesting way to get rid of 3 cards.
3 cards that you maybe don't want to
Getting
have
3
anymore.
cards, so you're still breaking even.
And shuffle any 3 cards from your hand into the draw pile, so I can choose which ones I want to get rid of. Actually, I'll hold on to that one. Cut this. And I'll get rid of that one too. So shuffle shuffle this into the draw pile. So these three. Shuffle this here. This here. There. Give this a quick little mix up. Okay. This goes here. Discard phase I can't do, so your turn.
Are we 3 and 3?
I have 3, yes.
Oh my god! It's like every time I look at it, I'm like 4 and 4, or 3 and 3. This is. I'm pointing that out because it is very head to head here.
Yes. But those assets are going to wreak havoc in a second, I think.
The beginning of your turn, draw a card.
Okay.
Damn Trojan horse.
Blessing in disguise.
Maybe you don't know. You don't know Jack.
Circe, you can't do anything because there's no assets. Control the mermaid.
You may reveal the top card of the draw pile. Again, what you have no assets.
I have no assets. Oh yeah, that's right.
So now in my discard phase, I may discard 2 additional cards.
So if you can discard 3 if you have the ability to. That's a good way to chain them together too. If you have like similar cards.
So I can do the discard or the play.
You discard or play
or.
first. Yeah, either or neither.
Here's an asset then that I will play before I do the discard.
Okay.
Which is Captivating Centaur. It's an asset. When Captivating Centaur comes into play on the table, you may discard 2 additional cards this turn.
Ah, well, that's going to be it right there then.
Yeah, because with discard, all 3 of my cards are wild. This the Pandora's box is the one I just drew, which I mentioned earlier and I've been holding on to Underworld since the beginning, hoping that I could use it at the end. And this one I got a few hands ago. And then when I just drew this, and I have this in my hand, and I have this out, I'm looking at it, thinking to myself. That's why I was kind of showing them off to the audience, where you were looking at it, and see the audience might catch on to what I'm doing. But I was like, that's it. That's going to be the game.
That's it.
This may be the first time I've won the game by actually bringing it down to 0 in my hand.
Right.
Usually, like in I think it was in Camelot, there was more than a few cards that depend. If you had certain assets along with other assets that players would have, you could win the game without having 0 in your hand. That's the way I usually win in this. So I have a massive amount of
stuff. Yeah, that's great.
But I did get a little lucky getting these cards that let me get yours and then throw yours at the bottom.
Yeah, I started with that. I had the Trojan horse I gave over. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at Zeus in my hand. When you played Pan, I'm like, doesn't he need 3 assets? No, 2, because I guess Pan is a Sir God.
Yeah, I guess
Zeus or something.
I had where is she? I have Artemis in my hand, which is the same thing. Play as 2. Control 2. I can play Artemis.
So this is a Kickstarter exclusive, I believe.
Oh, really?
And I think there should be 2 of them in with the Kickstarter packs, and there's also another one. Oh, geez, I can't remember the name of it, but there's another double 2 cards.
So does it reset the board, basically, Pandora's box?
Oh, actually, okay. So at the end of your turn, you may shuffle. This is I mentioned this in my. I did a gaming radar on this, and this is the exact way I said it. This is the nuclear bomb of the death. That's what I called it. Because at the end of your turn, you may shuffle all cards from the discard pile. Hold it. Wait for it. And all assets that are in play on the table into the drawer pile.
Wow.
If you do, put the top card of the drawer pile on top of the discard. So you're taking every asset in play and every discard, which is everything but the player's hand.
Yeah, it's everything that's already out. That is awesome.
Boom.
That is awesome.
And there's 2 of them. There's going to be 2 of them in the final. This is already backed.
Right.
So, and this company comes through. They have a great track record of delivering everything that they promise. So this isn't a gamble. But this is 2 of these. Boom. Now the other 2 ones I had were the Song of Orpheus and Underworld. There's a lot of Orpheus kind of stuff. Yeah. I had the other 2 Orpheus cards. So let me see. Player of your choice draws 3 cards. I wanted if I couldn't use this to win the game as a wild card, I was gonna have you eat 3 if I needed to.
Yeah.
And then the Underworld's an asset at the beginning of your turn. Reveal the top card of the drawer pile. You may put 1 asset card from the discard pile that shares a color with the revealed card into play on the table.
Wonder where is... I guess it would be Heracles, not Hercules. Atlantis is here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Troy.
I believe James has him listed as Heracles. I thought I saw him in here. But that was it. So there goes the playthrough. It took us, it is just sitting right now, 35 minutes.
Cool.
We talked a couple of minutes in the beginning, a couple of minutes at the end. So yeah, I would say that this delivered through under 10 to 30 minutes. And this is the first playthrough. We did have to quickly go through a couple of pointers again, but we do know the game, so that helped us.
A lot of conditional stuff on the cards too. That sort of draws it out too. Which is fun, which is a good extra.
And that's going to be the biggest thing in the game before you get to know all the cards is just taking the time to read the cards and make a strategy.
Yes.
But anyway, we're you know what. Next week, a week after that, let's see. We're going to drop a 20-sided shots. So that's what we'll tell you everything we think about this game. So for right now, for the Ryman and Big Johnny G, we are out of here.